LPBO fans react to Tori and Zach Roloff's podcast Pros and Cons Dear Loves. Welcome to USA Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. In February, Little People, Big World stars Zach and Tori Roloff started a new podcast called Raising Heights. Now that the fourth episode aired, TLC fans went onto social media to discuss if it's worth listening to. Obviously, opinions differ, but it's interesting to see what TLC fans are saying. Zach and Tori Roloff did very well with Raising Heights. Little People, Big World fans discovered to their surprise that Zach Roloff sounds intelligent and logical on the new podcast. Actually, many people who hated him because the show gave him a bad edit quickly changed their minds about him. Of course, there are still some fans that Tori and Zach rubbed the wrong way. They do have their following. TLC fans found a lot of gratefulness from Zach and Tori Roloff because their first podcast made it into the top 100 on Apple Podcasts. However, interest got a little shaky after the pilot and the first two episodes. Lots of people probably preferred watching Super Bowl week. Overall, they are doing well on YouTube, despite any dips on Apple. LPBO stars talk about assumptions by TLC fans. Tori and her husband quit the Little People, Big World show on TLC, and they did that for more than one reason. Jackson, their oldest child, didn't want his surgery filmed for the camera, so they took that into account. In their third episode of Raising Heights a week ago, they got 470,000 views, and a lot of people admired their change of direction. After the fourth episode about assumptions, TLC fans took to Reddit to discuss the pros and cons of it. Zach and Tori Roloff didn't engage everyone, and the OP decided they didn't like it at all. They captioned the post with the new podcast. I could only get about 20 minutes in. They were talking a lot about stay-at-home moms. She kept saying it was important but understands she is coming from a privileged place. Probably not the best subject for them to talk about when mom and dad both stay at home. In the comments of the post, it became clear that half of TLC fans seem to think that Raising Heights is worth a listen. Here are some comments. With 4 of the 5 family members with achondroplasia. Also, I think that Tori is a good mother and really guards her kids. Let me sort of rephrase that. It is not easy living with any kind of disability. I feel like she does a good job at standing up for her kids in that department. She makes people see the kids as individuals and not just their achondroplasia. I enjoyed the podcast. This is not an unpopular opinion if you are someone who can find the good in people, but it will be for those who are looking for any reason to criticize or hate. Sometimes we're too critical, and we need to remember that life is full of ups and downs. We're really making a Reddit post because they want to stay home and parent their children. That comment was extremely entitled. She literally said that she works harder than anyone else. I don't understand how SADHMs think parents who work don't also have to do everything a SOM, or parent in general, has to do, just with a lot less time. Also, I'm sorry, but you do not work harder than first responders, doctors and nurses, trades workers, the list goes on. You literally get paid to stay at home. Some found the two very condescending, more than once. There was a couple times I felt Zach was trying to circle back around to kind of clarify/correct her on the fact that other people work very hard, but she butts in. Yes, she keeps interrupting him. That comment was extremely entitled. She literally said that she works harder than anyone else. I don't understand how SADHMs think parents who work don't also have to do everything a SOM, or parent in general, has to do, just with a lot less time. Yeah, I had to fast forward. They said we do work, but neither said what they do for work. Other LPBW fans who might have enjoyed the podcast diverted the discussion to the pros and cons of being stay-at-home parents. Meanwhile, others claimed they found it boring. What are your thoughts about many people agreeing that Zach and Tori Roloff's podcast is worth listening to? Of course, not everyone loves it, but a surprising number of people find it entertaining and relatable. Did you tune in yet? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here for all your Little People, Big World news.